Anyways, that rice where I was there.
Enuanom akwaba. Ena yeba besua de. Wa wo hwe me mepa wo chew eya na wa share video no. Onua wo hwe me, if you can hear me, please share the video. Ene ewie yi me no ba bedi nkomo kakra bi. Ya yekasa emma Ghanafoɔ yenuanom a omote Ghana. Womo a omoto omo ho asi ho nyinaa so omo bekasa ama Ghana. Eya na Ghanafoɔ mo politics no eya na yɛn de yagye atum se ekumkum ene nkata eniama apro se yɛn de yɛbɛgye atum saa yenuanom bi eto omo ho asi ho. Patriotism, I said say it is misconstrued. When you read the meaning of patriotism, is someone who speaks for their country or someone who sacrifices for a country. Ghana patriotism is allegiance to parties, not the country. Now the parties has built their own country within countries ewo Ghana. And now wo show me yenua bema David or Hini David. Okasa etia mpanyinfoɔ anamotuo ede arehoɔ ene obre ebre ɔman nti no ɔhene David MPP instead of say ɔmo ebetu eniama enkoyie no ho anamo no they are rather paying money. They are rather paying money to eliminate those who are speaking for the vulnerable people in Ghana. And then kwa mamenkas niyama mehu wo Ghana asresre. Ghana fo omo sresre emma omo nibie. Ghana fo a na omo de areho nyom ye wonua ye o ye papa yo papa bua wonua yo na omo de nyom asiso. Se ne ebe ye betoche wakoma ama waye adoye. Obi nso a wawo kura ebabi a ote kura no enye tebia a eye papa. Obi a oyare da mpaso a ne nipedua no editoriati pro aban entimi nhwe no. Obi nso a yadefa akwala a mpanyinfoɔ enye ne fault na mpanyinfoɔ omarepu no na ato no yare. Ni nyina ebi ena Ghana yesresre sika wei eba oyarefo nam kwan mu ka abo no eniama esisi wo Ghana de bebrebi obi a wako hospital a onya sika a wode be discharge himself. So many people, so many things. People has to give money to help those people. These are the things Ohini David and the cause the rest of them speaks against. Omo ekasa sane be provoke the thought of our leaders. Our leaders would rather send people after them. You see, the embassies around the world, and if somebody is watching, please tag any embassies, any station, international stations to help Ghanaians. You see, our politicians are traveling to the western part of the world, and when they travel with the process, some of their processes are to accompany, they want to be accompanied by citizens. These people will take money from the vulnerable Ghanaians whom they have nothing to offer to in the country. No jobs are being created, and they will rather take these people money, promising them they will bring them to the same land, the same places They are sending these people. They are coming to the western part of the world. They are coming to enjoy the little cushions the Western has to offer. And they will take money from vulnerable people, promising them of visa. Of course, when the government personnel are processing visas, the embassies will grant them visa. This is what happens. Someone like Abronya, for example, who is a DC or DCE in one of the regions in Ghana, came to Germany. And a week or a couple weeks after that, a brother who was speaking against the ill doings of the politicians actually was set up. So the embassies around the world, our people, we all know that the corruption within the African politics, the political system, and also the mismanagement, and so many things that always keeps the vulnerable people even more in danger. These are the same people who will pay huge lump sum amount of money for a few group of people so they can cover their backs for them. Our politicians, instead of using the money to create something that will bring a relief to the country for people to gain their independence, they will rather pay a portion of that money, keep the rest, pay some people like Abronya, pay some people like those people they have spread in the system. Some are in Norway, German, France, Italy, America. There's a guy who also advocates for the government. He is not even someone who gets paid. He is not the government appointee, but yet speaks for the government. Do you wonder why Fred, Dada Fred, whose channel is the announcer, speaks for the government? Do you wonder who funds him? America tries so much to eliminate corruption and money laundering, but yet there's a Ghanaian in America speaking for the government. When people in Ghana are suffering, the government will rather cover up, and they will do anything to cover up, including coming to America, going to the UK, going to Canada, going to the rest of the many people are now speaking against all those corruption that goes on within the government, but yet you see other people being paid small token, and they are willing to do anything to cover up for the government. My brothers and sisters, this is a serious issue. Serious issue. And the government will do anything. The government of Ghana, under the Akufo-Addo administration, will do anything to cover up their tracks. Recent interview through BBC actually showed us the evidence. Recent interview and many interviews that had gone past the president Akufo-Addo will come to the western part of the world and spill out lies about what is going on in the country. I know many of you are wondering. Of course, Ghana has discovered oil. Ghana has lithium. Ghana has magnesium. Ghana has cocoa. But do you wonder what is going on the ground? Have you guys took a step further? Do you care, Western world? Do you care to go into Ghana, or do you listen to? Do you watch? Do you acknowledge? Do you think all those things are lies? Do you think the people of Ghana are just running away from their own country where there are so many minerals, there are so many milks and honeys? Our country can grow a spit. When you spit, mind you, if you have one little seed in your mouth, this seed will grow even at your backyard. If you have a little sun, if you have a little soil, even inside your house, you will start to grow a coconut tree in Ghana. But yet the people are suffering. Simple health care can never be a priority of the government, but yet they will pay people to cover up the flaws, to cover up the corruptions of the government, and they will go as far as sending people to the western part of the world. They will promise them, and you are aiding to the corruption and to further damages being done to our dear people who has found themselves on the other side for refuge, but yet you are granting them visas to come here and to distract the people, the peace of those people who Ghana did not give so much, did not even give the basic to distract us. Or Henry David Empire, what the pages, David Empire is now being threatened. Many people's lives are being threatened. Trini Jonas, who is also speaking, advocating all the way from New York City, is being threatened. Many of us are being threatened. Many people are being threatened, and these are the architects. These are this very act of our government, and yet we don't see anything being done. You see, wo aban a osisu ewo Ghana. Minim nia Ghana for say ye wo yemba asase yi so a, I don't know what is being told, what is being taught to Ghana for. Minim me refi nia ye kire wo school about survivor. Minim how a yesi eto edi nipa dasani eto dwa anase sede yesi kire nipa su ne ban ene ne ekura wo mu ene adekode a ebon ho ban ne nia emma wo enante asase so menim hawa yedi asase na nkasa kura no yed asase no sede ye kire wo asase no ho niama faaye but onuaba a wo hwe me menim wo daache menim wani suade hunu nia wo pa bi a wo pese wunyini kodu menim nia wo pese wani wa wei ehu menim nia wo pese woni pedua wei sede woni pedua wei sede ete anase ebe ye anase sede wo no wabrabo a wo no onua a wote wo nchen wo ho mfaso a ebeba wo nua eho no menim sede ya yesi aka akire wafa ba menua a wo hwe me Ghana politics ye feel say anase ye de aka akire yen say chiri wo ho chiri wankasa po wo ho emma wo nua ose po wo ho eno nti na ensesa anka Ghana fo kora de mogye religion ho achinye hwe every religion is worth to explore. As human beings we are explorers. You see, the first people who exploited and explored the land and everything abrofo. You see, they explore amumu fifi mu akohu funu ani na wodie echese yaka kire o se ade wei eno ano no eno na fa wani hwe so abosomsom. You see, ebosom eya ade bia ma wontu anamo, ebosom ya ade bia ma wo gina faako, ebosom ya ade bia ema wo entu ade ho mirika, ebosom ya ade bia ema wo nhwehwe niema mu because ebom hu eno nti ena obroni di bosom ebrewo woni mo mo so bosom ahase Greek fo na omo pray etumi ho a na ntokwa besi wo montem ewo France ho the Roman empires no those Babylonian nhyehyeye no those emra na ewiase eje ne ho efri nkoasom ase ewiase nyina was under enslavement o menua meant na se Ghana for. You see, and nka muji esom ho achinye eni kurom ha eno ena ama omo fifi niam mu a esuade akọ ekire a ama ma omo discover niama nanso wo obibini a woto ho obi esom enye papa maw nti ye go we hu de afi but it's all about it's for your growth. It is for your learning opportunity, so you will see the right thing. You see, in the UK somewhere, Hitler, ebesi so no, UK, maybe not or practicing witchcraft called hicker, and that's a hicker, hicker or something like hicker, a witchcraft, adi omo fre It's a magical, it's a mystical and a magical spiritual practice. No more practicing. And you see, all those things, but they were practicing those things, and they were not like it was a private, it wasn't a private practice. Obroni yadea onfa ensie say obi ebeye ni biribi wo ho, because of that freedom of a way, the rights of every individual. They were practicing. And I remember in the documentary, this man gathered a group of people to chant, and so they can break Hitler. He was a colonel, he was one of the soldiers, Nibi, during the Hitler time. No, this man, Ogada Nimbe, no, they were witches, or Bema or ya witch. Yes, he called unto an unknown spirit. Emma Sadia ni betine ni mu. Emma ofre ni omo practice those things ni ma omo ko inure bi mu. Ewo bush bi mu eko chante ye. Omo eso oja eja. Ewo omo mfimfini. Ena omo efa we know. I watch those things very carefully, because it is for your learning opportunity, so you know who you are. Omo esaye to say the Ghana ye niama wo efuo mu no, the same thing. Papa yi eye sa ritual no ma omo ko ho chante ye, na omo eye sa de no in a naked form. Omo pa omo ho e na omo de ye, they were willing to give up their lives for omukuro German to stop the war. You see, as amre no na Hitler a planning a bomb way be for a kurobi. So you see, Monty Asemi yo, Ghana for one. Yeah, we lack so much, ma. Instead of equipping ourselves, with everything we have allowed hunger and deprivation to take a big part of us. Iti ama obi esore a na ogu ni nua de ho fi. There are so many researchers waha. One, they will tell you, said the one who is reading, the one say who kind Piaget's research about human development and cognitive way. You cannot conclude based on Piaget's research. And as a who kind Brofenbury or no so ni way or research, when you are reading it, and then when you are reading Erickson, so the research any way Bursenbergs, all those researchers or mobile on besu and via simuniama readiamuniama how when nipa developing you the students or anyone researching, the more researchers or mobile no megu nia osua ni ono nso baby ono nso sua na ade kodu ye no ye mambo. That was I found a contrast. I found a rather intina Jesus can say but see mama megu pam dada no ho we o mamba se me begu no me ba be che muma. The same thing obroni ye researcher o ma megu the previous researcher no ho die fi. So this guy gathered a group of people, and it was a practice. This man who was rejected by the families early on in life went all the way to Macedonia honomu baby and oko who say omo e practice bosumbi no de ba UK. The man continued, and the spirit actually took a hold of his body, and he started to teach the rest of his people. And the night of when Hitler was supposed to say Obabe executing a big way, this man went to the bush with his people and chanted. This is a real story in Pacho. This is not something I've made up. Obi kuromu bosomsom na mede brano. Omo chante ye naked. And many things came out of the go around, many spirits came out and he enters into the and they chanted, and that thing stopped the war. Let me tell you, you don't understand how Hitler was actually captured. And nano na meshe ni intra Part of it, Obinsu esheni nwemu so chante. Many are me. After that chanting, 5 days later, many of the people who partook this practice died, and they were willing to die for their country. You see, Ghana has something. Ghana has something we all don't know. Within the political systems, you see, we have allowed ourselves to be disconnected. We are disconnected with our spiritual essences. We are not spiritual people anymore. Ghanaians have lost tune with their spiritual being. You see, obi sorry say abrofo ensum nyame. Obroni practice practical what God has written. You see, by research, they know say human beings are the tumi of this area simuha. Inti no yemfa nipa ban ene ne su endi agoro. Obroni na ehye bone ase o. Obroni na ehye bone nyina the atrocities so wo wiase nyina. Obroni abrofo na explore ye. Omo no mo explore nipa dasani. Omo no mutu akwan ekọ nkronkora hodo so kodi bone. Omo anso ena omo ate omo ho ase se bone entimi enye ewiase hwe. Oni a wo hwe me Mama papa yeboa ya makwan ama yem politicians have taken our powers. They have taken our rights. Ekufuado ochire daako ochire deben Ekufuado keze no Gabi ochire on ferry nsuro Ghana for because onim se waji utumi hwe waji wotumi ekura wo ochire Gabi omu Ghanani. And I will speak the same thing for Ekufuado and come metna. You see them say uma ho kwan ma ewiase e de wodi djuma. You fear nothing and you become a stocking a laughing stock without knowing. Gabi mo oma yera omo essence of spiritualism. But it is so sad for the average Ghanaian to sit back and watch this to go on. You see, or Gabi Beka say, Kufuado esisi more factories than Kwame Nkrumah. Kufuado. You see, these are the things you've lost by your foolish arguments through your stupidities. Munsuya de. Modi nipa enimu yefem. Mumu nipa. Now you have no connection between human spirituality, human chemistry. You have no connection. You are lost into Ghana for a naked period. And come president and the president appointees or the friends. And to me, Mejina Bonte and make it such a bold statement, a falsely bold statement to say, Kufuado has built more companies than Kwame Nkrumah. Onia, me will go through a list of schools. Kwame Nkrumah a building under high schools in Kwano. Under Ghanaians high schools in Kwano. Dr. Kwame Nkrumah has built a senior high schools, including Infantimine Secondary School, Ofori Penyin Secondary School, Techiman Secondary School, Winneba Secondary School, Swedro Secondary School, Apam Secondary School, Doma Secondary School, Doma Seketema Secondary School, Oda Secondary School, and Labon Secondary School. School Nkwao. Kwame Nkrumah School Nkwa. Kwame Nkrumah ni School Nkwa. Where your secondary school, university CDA, university, Kumasi Technical Institution, now university, Ajumakun School of Language, now under UEW. Accra Polytechnic, now Accra Technical University, University of Cape Coast, University of Cape Coast, UCC, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, not, which many people, many people, MPP for pride themselves. I am a not, as a not student, not student, Institution of African Studies, Kwame Nkrumah Institution of Economics and Political Science, now South Campus of UEW, made University of Ghana, then University College of Gold Coast. Gold Coast affiliated to University of London, a full-fledged university to award its own degree and became their first chancellor among others. These are just a school. Now me say companies there it's over 80. Companies in there more companies. Harbors, Motorways, State Farms, all these tomato factories, all these glass factories, museums, film corporation, news agency, others included so many. Ghana Commercial Banks, Agricultural Development, National Investment Bank, State Insurance Company, Social Security. Inso ochere. Daku ana. Ochere daku. Ebejina wo Ghana ni a sign say omu. Hey, they have no respect. Ghana, o abaino ombu ba kukura, including the people who pride themselves to be MPP. Abani mu. MPP niya, wayere onho se we MPP niya. Abaino eni amafon ni omujimi ahunso wa jimi wo ho no. Abaino ombu. Eno nti na oda so te US. Up to today, awo abesi US ekura untimi nko Ghana. Onu a wo hwe me, not an UCC. Enunti ena wo support aban. Oda so te Canada. Enunti na wo te UK, wo te Germany, wo te wo te Ghana even in futuro mu ho. Hospital ba kokora. Hospital one. Wo de munsi one. Na monfa enkwahwa mo ho. Ana internet so company na yeka. Are we talking about internet? Yes, internet company there abai SCB MPP abai SC a live company big time. They have one in the US called Announcer Media. They have one in South Africa. Is it South Africa? They have one in South Africa. Will be wa Canada hanomo. Ya will be so Israel. Ya will be Germany. Ya will and often so will be a company si bebre. Be German factories in Imubi. Be a Juma kura Amazon Ghana for for no mugugu Amazon no omo ya boy maburunino. I know MPP for a company, small companies, and no your friend no airtime companies. And I yawa almost so I will be a company among or mount ofidi wu phone now was say Coco did call Henry David away na say Coco did not them now I could John say no their companies in India bebre and no the MPP. I applaud you. Now so a chiremu Jimmy MPP party ne Jimmy afa. You see, governments are building hospitals, governments are building tangible and also laudable and credible and the most, something that actually makes a difference in a human life. On in an average person, a human life where you can actually see the result. You see, when you come to Canada, they've built so many companies. COVID has given us the opportunity to come up with so many. Now, so COVID has given Ghanaians opportunity to dance in the COVID. Say you be a COVID company. COVID inti yen coming yen economy. COVID inti yen way. COVID inti way. COVID, but the same COVID, you know, many countries or maniwa. many countries opportunity. It was a need. It was a onipa dasani whatever don't kill you should make you stronger. Kufuado say mo eniema eba eye adia eye arehoasem no. Kufuado say Ghana de yensa wom yenye na yie yemfra ne ntoma yema ne metena yentam ade ya arehosam. Kufuado say COVID arehosam ama opportunity apue ama ejuma apue wo obi man so ama and oh man I created so many things Kufuado and Aban have no value for the average Ghanaian, and they will come after you. They have now translated patriotism into something that a young Ghanaian men and women are willing to take the translation as go and insult your brother who is speaking for the average person, go and fight with your brother who is speaking against the government's wrong and their mismanagement and the things that does not bring with development into our country. Akufo-Addo has managed to create a division among the Ghanaian people. You will find Ghanaians in abroad, Canada, fighting among themselves because of a short man called Akufo-Addo, because of a short man with a tibonko called Akufo-Addo. And is this the politics? Is this what we call politics? My brother, we Noble, is this what Ghanaians call politics? To divide for a politicians to know how to use their devices to separate a country, know how to entice. When a gangster becomes popular, they create more gangsters. You can find in a system now that there are so much gangsters in the system now. Hana painful omadane moa omudidi atem mema omudi atem mema omusi ma tutu mema omu adane ma empenya omubonkro impenfo omubonkro MPP time way because a gang is in power. It has now erected. It has now awakened the lust of other Ghanaians. Yawo any kumkum some ubehu memma she enye ma biomo ma anaw abrochifo ma bimu anaw wives but enne bra behwe memma wo krom ha even abrochi baby amete behwe memma Akufo-Addo nti a short man one person because wo obibini ya ka kire o se hwe Ghana ni e de obedi fufu 24 hours Ghana ni ebe paake carbohydrate Ghana ni be ku ni ho na odi sika anase odi abeye show ewo obi abrabom ye chiri ye homa vacation kura ye ntimi nkobi Ghanaian enim how to make themselves happy, but they always know how to make somebody happy. This is what we find. A Ghanaian enim how to make somebody very, very happy because that is what feeds their ego. You see, it feeds their lack where they fall short because yet more opportunity to explore, to voice out who they are, to be the individual they are supposed to be, to have an opinion. It's Ghana ni member, hey, ube hu member mujina so 6 foot. Obi onso ane waye nanim sa amoakunu asenka anka goodness wona komemu anka obehu se bema we anka ne hu be fe kakra. Brabeshe mema omadani omuhu emua. Why? Because onyini nyina no of feeling like a peanut, like a sorry demwe kura. You see, they make us feel useless, close to nothing. Into onyini obi te say Akufo-Addo ohun ni say oye God eno nti na yesumu nipa dasani ewo Ghana. These are the reasons why we rather value somebody into Ghana ni obeye adwuma obehye dan mu oba obehye onipa dasani onte onipa dasani oni atenkame nipa obekọ adwuma saa but You see, say yenka asem bi embema ne ho abema na fele so ye big. So obeka asem bi anase or the last beba befa Ghana. Ama ya behu say yes oga boga abedu fie inso na oti krom ha ti obi basement. Oti krom ha no mu o inso wadi fufu sama nantwinam papa kurampo no nwi bida. I am telling you. So obekwa koto obeto tinapa. Inso obeba Ghana abeto away tilapia ama girl bi I enjoy himself no not in chain or no nibio ni yam kura hyehyɛ no but obeto ama obi edi. You see, we hate ourselves to the extent say we don't take care of ourselves properly. We have always been the one serving other people. We have always been the one servicing other people. It's our productivity is low. Everything we do means nothing. Why? Because we do it out of despair. We do it because we are protesters. Hey, yeah, dear, no, because we have been separated. And I know the effect of separation. The effect of separation. You see, the effect, and near my so Mame fo omo wo omo ma omo emma enkwala ne ntare omo bonche na de bia na akwala ketekete ne ye de na koja obi na akwala ketekete ne ye de ne ko boarding school no create some form of developmental study be there's some form of disability and near mental health be akwala ne nyini a onno ne ho akwala ne nyini a or ye so detached or ye insensitive. They become detached with there are thousands, millions of people like that in Ghana. Millions of people like this in Ghana because yang fan kolana ntare yembo yang chana ni man to nyoma nkyere no yanya ne gugu gugu gaga gaga yanya ne bubu bu pi 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 yani ne ni agoro yama sa odo sa nature that innate inbuilt chemistry na esesanka mame ona ede ne ba bone bonanka wode wo ba nanka closeness no ye de akola na koja into many people ma mo ni meme bi muti a mo say o mo nka I love you nkyere wo no misra men don't blame them o odo a ye fra ni odo ne maame ankyere ni bi eno bi ene Ekufuado and the coast eno bi ene wo a wodi Ekufuado achi a wo chiri wo ho se ne Ekufuado eno bi ene nkrofo emrantie mabawa a omo wa ahoden to go and speak against the stenches within our system. Ade na bon kankan no ememma bi mu te say ochire daako ememma bi mu a omo ye journalist omo chiri omo ho so the only way they feel respected and they feel like they are valued is to worship someone like Etibonko Ekufuado. Oni a wo hwe me do wo ho wate ekromu they teach a child how to be independent very early on, patriotic. They teach you how to be a citizen. You see, they go to as far as you have a limit in that child's life because one year say ye jawa you will influence akwalano in a bad way. Said ye Ghana for mame for infested or mama with hate. Ekromu ha iti akola ni benyini beye kuroba omeya ejaba enaba Ghana ni wo ya tete wo mafie inti wo next door neighbor igbeni no kurampo wo se onye wunua inti wo no say no wo no wo nye ekuroba inti Ghana for ya tete yensem oman ma wo ye tete yense ye yemfie ma wo maame wo nua maame na ote ha no wo de ehwe we mu enye wo nua omo anka wo kasa omo ya kansa na nkrani nso aka kire ne ba we mu omo nyam inti ya no ye tete yen e wo mfie ye nyen yense mfie nkokọ edu tama we ya akokọ. You see, you can never be a state with this mentality. Ekromo ani akola knows a lot about nasase ye that way. Ekromo ani akola me a meme ye Ghana ni amabewo me ba wa ha onim Canada asase Emma say one share ye me ba boy up to waware kɔ ne fie nso da bia sɛ wo de paper kɔto garbage mu a me be separate ni nyina abrante o be separate sometimes no mo ho kra ye mahi o be separate we no paper na wa separate plastic me ba boy o be separate ni nyina because ye wo mo e wo Canada oni a wo hwa me yesi me keep no short share the video na Ghana no ho patriotism is not your allegiance to a person. No, it's not you. Respect is common. Respect is reciprocal. When you, it's like a ball, bounce it back and expect it. Hey, we are called expect it and demand respect from your elders. Demand it. Hey, respect is not one way. In your vocabulary, in the dictionary, in the realm of this universe, in the spiritual world, in the agreement of this universal laws, respect means the same in every language. So respect, it's reciprocal. The way I tete mo say payin anya ani akwala anya asama payin di for misraw menua start uneducating yourself from that enslavement no na de wo ho na wo de wo ho a na wo betimi ayi eniama apro free baby a wote so wo de wo ho a na wo betimi aka no to corruption so wo de wo ho a na wo betimi aka no to the people who want to keep you slaves so wo de wo ho a na wo betimi aka no to what is wrong so wo de wo ho a na wo betimi acquire the things that is within your own dispensation, that is within your own possession. You can possess what is your possessions. Someone for this education and more priority. Ghana will continue to be under the thugs. Ghana will continue to be under the siege of these people. Or making bold, knowing say you won't mean your foco. So what me ya fefia, we a bema any among kasa ye tiemo. We are from the mountain top singing freedom. Yanko Ponshrow, share the video. I'll come back again. Mesa baby, I had 2 videos. I have 2 things to share, but I will take it one by one. May God bless you. My brother Noble Mazo, Nas. Is it Popo, hey, Popo, Nas Popo, we didn't hear the power. Nas Popo, me the air, you know, Popo, the papa, my sister agree, and give the agree. May God bless you. My only brother Yebua, Western journalists are now understanding how African politicians are mishandling our resources and keeping the people poor and vulnerable. Nyankopon shira mo nyinaa.